Yo, we are back.
Welcome back.
Here we go, episode 3. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Yes, sir. Now we just talked about Masai Ujiri and the Raptors president and GM. Now we have another guy in the NFL, and Jason Wright, who has just become the Washington football team's team president. It's really weird to say. But I just want to get your thoughts on that. He is ex-NFL football player, he's ex-running back for the NFL, and he's also African-American.
Yep.
How do you feel about it?
I'm definitely excited. I'm ecstatic to see that, we can get a black man in this position.
Yeah.
So kudos to Jason White for being able to, get in this position. I appreciate, that the fact that the Washington football team went out and did sign or hire somebody that was black to put in a position of power. But my only, thing about it is that, I feel like they're doing it as a forced rebranding type thing. They've already had to change the name.
Yeah.
They've had these sexual assault allegations. So having a black, team president is something that I feel like they're trying to do to save face, specifically Dan Snyder, because, his ownership privileges are in question as of late.
Right.
So I think he's really just trying to make sure that, with having a black team president, that the league can look at something that he's doing as positive, as opposed to pretty much everything he's done being negative.
Right.
But again, to Jason Wright, I'm very glad and very happy, proud to see a black man in that position.
Yeah.
So we need to see more of that, and I hope other teams take notice.
Agreed.
And follow suit.
Yeah, agreed. I most definitely am happy to see that he's in that position. I do agree with the fact that they're doing some cleanup and trying to cover their tracks due to everything that has been happening, especially with Dan Snyder. But I can't, be mad to have someone that's the same complexion as me being in a position of power like that. Always glad to see that. Always happy to see that. Yep. Even when it comes at this type of time. So leading into that Washington football team matter, I guess we could talk about the thing that happened with Ron Rivera. You go ahead and explain about it.
So Ron Rivera, he's been diagnosed with lymph node cancer. Luckily, they caught it in its early stages, so they're saying it's treatable, but regardless, you just never want to see that happen to a coach. So our prayers are with him as well as his family.
Yeah.
And that's just somebody you don't want to see go down, like a very likable guy.
Yeah, for sure. Very likable guy. He's been in the Super Bowl, didn't win it. But I do personally like Ron Rivera as a guy. I feel like he's a likable person, not just as a coach, but as a human being. And you'd never want to see anybody, come out with some type of cancer. So, like he said, wish you a speedy recovery, Ron Rivera, and hoping the best for you and your family.
For sure. All right, lastly, let's go ahead and touch on our favorite thing to do, which is to bag on the NCAA.
Yes,
it's
sir.
That time where we make fun of them.
I hope y'all ready, because we're coming for you again.
All right, so let's get into the bullying of the NCAA. We know Justin Fields, just recently put out a petition because he wants to play football. We know the Big Ten has decided that they're not going to have their season, but just what are your thoughts on the whole situation? We know Justin Fields wants to play.
Well, we know Justin Fields wants to play. It all goes back to what you said a few weeks ago, though. Y'all need someone that's going to put this together and, keep everyone on one accord. They don't have that right now. Everybody's doing their own thing. Every conference is doing their own thing. It's very, very unorganized. And everybody's going to be upset. Everybody's getting upset about it, especially the players. I just don't see anything that's going to save this NCAA until they get something together and they get one person in charge. And it's like, okay, this is what we're doing. Everybody listens to what I say.
Exactly.
No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, man. And I know for Justin Fields, this hurts him. He can't really play in the spring because, he's trying to go to the draft. He's projected to be a first rounder.
Right. And
he wants this fall to, maybe boost his draft stock, move up a couple of slots, you know what I'm saying? So this is tough for Justin Fields, but, the players don't really have the foothold in the NCAA to make a whole bunch of noise like that. So it's going to be tough. And, this petition might be all for nothing. But let's go ahead. It's time to move into our last segment of the day, and that is our technical fouls,
foul.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
So I'll go ahead and start off, and I'm so ready to give this technical foul out. This one is going to the Cowboys and Jerry Jones.
Man, we just talked about them last week.
I know he messed up again.
That's crazy. How you keep doing it? You gonna be like the NCAA, Jerry? You calm down,
man. So we know Cowboys signed Gerald McCoy this past offseason.
Yeah.
Defensive lineman, one of my favorite defensive linemen in the league.
Okay.
And he in practice was, being a leader, being a practice dummy for somebody, and he blew out his quad. He just signed, so the Cowboys waived him. After that, they injury waived him, and he still got his signing bonus from when he signed his $3 million.
Yeah.
But the rest of his contract he will not get for this reason. The Cowboys in his contract put in a quad clause.
A quad clause?
A quad clause saying if he blew out his quad magically, which he did, they would not have to pay him once they cut him.
So you saying that they went and bullied his quad and was like, knock it out, so like we don't gotta pay him?
They might have, but it ain't no telling. They signed Everson Griffin, and then right after, Gerald McCoy gets hurt. It's it's very suspicious.
It's very
and to have
coincidental.
that clause in there for him, I just gotta tee you up, dog. That is ridiculous.
Then. Yes, sir.
Jerry Jones, this technical foul is to you.
Jerry Jones. 2 weeks in a row, we done talked about you, Jerry. Don't turn into the NCAA, because you don't want to be in that smoke.
We want all the smoke too.
Okay, let me tell you all about my technical foul.
Go ahead.
Mine is sort of doing with the NBA, but this team wasn't in the bubble. But they did get to the lottery. They got in the lottery, so I guess it sort of counts. But the person I'm talking about is the Charlotte Hornets play-by-play guy, John Folky. Okay. Well, John Folky, he was sitting at home watching the Denver and Utah game, watching Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell go back and forth in that first game. He decided to send out a tweet, let everybody know that this game is looking pretty good. Utah, Denver, Jazz, Nuggets, he wanted to let everybody know that this game looks pretty good. So he sent out a tweet, said Jazz, Nuggets, that game's looking good. Great shooting from Donovan Mitchell, great shooting from Jamal Murray, or at least that's what he thought that he said. That's what he thought he said. He accidentally, quote unquote, that's what he said, accidentally, said, this Jazz in N-words game instead of Nuggets. He accidentally put the N-word instead of Nuggets. He said the autocorrect messed him up and put, the N-word with the ER, not A, because he's white. Put the ER, Jazz versus the N-word are playing great. And so, he did that. He went in, accidentally typed that, put his phone down, started working on his off-season podcast, came back to his phone and was like, oh, I guess I'm tripping because everybody said I'm stupid. And he looked back at the tweet and was like, oh no, I ruined my entire career.
It was over for
right after that, it was like, oh man, yeah, you messed up big time. And so now he's been suspended indefinitely from the Charlotte Hornets, and they probably want nothing to do with him. Jordan, I'm sorry to you. But man, that's pretty much it, man. He went and he made a major mistake, if that's what you want to say. My question is, how does autocorrect give you that word? Because in an iPhone, I know this because I own one, they do not know what the N word is. They act like it's not a word. So for you to have your autocorrect accidentally turn nuggets into that word, how many times have you used that word on that phone?
Hey,
come on. It's so many. Like I know if I type in NIGG, it might go to nuggets. Because the I and the U right there next to each other. Yeah, it'll turn to nuggets before it turned to. Sorry, I can't give it to you. So John Folky, You are my technical foul for the week. Get teed up.
Man. All right. Well, that's gonna go ahead and conclude it for the show today. Yeah, that's a tough tee.
I know.
But that's gonna conclude it, y'all. We appreciate you guys for tuning in.
Yes, sir. This is week 3, man.
Yeah. Make sure to, as always, like, comment, subscribe, share. All of it, man. Make sure to subscribe, though.
Yes, please do. please. But I mean, that's it, man. That's all we got. But wait, I almost forgot. I was waiting on it. I almost forgot. Don't forget to hit that bell.
Ding, ding, ding.
Hit that bell. You know you want to see our face again. You know you want to know when we coming back for more, man. So hit that bell. You'll get a notification every time we come back.
All right. Lastly, don't forget to follow social media, Instagram, TikTok. Our Twitter has been jumping lately. Don't miss out on these NBA game tweets. And that's all we got. Make sure to also listen to the full episodes of the podcast on things like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, other things.
Anything that you can think of, man, it's on there. Check it out.
Go check it out. But that's all we got for you guys this week. This is Teed Up, signing out.